Some of these jets flew, some never even left the runway, but all of them represent the wildest aviation experiments of World War II. Here is every jet built during the war, categorized by country. Here is Germany. Messerschmitt 262, the first jet fighter ever deployed in combat. Its blistering speed shattered the expectations of air combat, routinely outpacing Allied piston-engine fighters. This aircraft signaled a new era in aerial warfare and represented the cutting edge of late-war German aeronautical engineering. Arado 234, the sleek Blitz. As the world's first jet-powered bomber, it was mainly used for high-speed reconnaissance. Virtually unstoppable, its velocity allowed it to evade Allied defenses entirely. It could fly over strategic targets and vanish before enemy guns even tracked it. Heinkel 162, the so-called People's Fighter, was built quickly and cheaply with non-critical materials. Intended to be flown by young, inexperienced pilots from the Hitler Youth, this high-speed fighter was notoriously unstable and dangerous. Its rushed production reflected Germany's desperation in the war's final phase. Heinkel He 178, a foundational aircraft in aviation history. When it flew in August 1939, it became the first airplane ever to operate purely on turbojet propulsion. That flight didn't just break new ground, it launched an entirely new era in aircraft performance. Heinkel 280, an ambitious early twin-jet fighter. It came tantalizingly close to completion before the Me-262 stole the spotlight. The design held great promise, but the Luftwaffe favored the Messerschmitt for its payload versatility and offensive potential. Horten 229, a flying wing decades ahead of its time, powered by twin-jet engines. Some experts believe its unique blended-wing body reduced radar visibility unintentionally, potentially making it the first stealth-inspired aircraft in history. Despite limited testing, it's still considered a marvel of futuristic aeronautical thinking. Junkers 287. The forward-swept wings on this heavy bomber made it look like something out of science fiction. That radical wing configuration was more than just aesthetic. It aimed to improve control at lower speeds and during climbs. Though experimental, it symbolized the daring experimentation of the time. Messerschmitt 328, designed as a compact, inexpensive escort fighter to be carried into battle by bombers. Several models tested pulse jet engines, but the project never advanced beyond prototypes and glider trials. Still, it showcased a creative strategy to protect larger bombers mid-flight. Fieseler Fi 103R, a chilling adaptation of the infamous V-1 flying bomb, made manned. These aircraft were intended for one-way missions, piloted by volunteers aimed at critical Allied targets. Conceived during the war's darkest hours, it represented the extreme lengths Germany was willing to go. Messerschmitt P-1011, an advanced prototype notable for its variable sweep wing design. Though never completed, it was seized by American forces and heavily influenced the development of future high-speed experimental aircraft such as the Bell X series. Focke-Wulf Ta 183, a sophisticated late-war jet fighter concept that was never flown but left a significant legacy. Post-war, its engineering DNA appeared in successful designs like the F-86 Sabre and even Argentina's Polqui, marking its global influence. Junkers 128, one of the final attempts to create a high-altitude, high-speed interceptor. Built around a single massive engine, it was projected to approach Mach 0.89, an unheard-of speed at the time. It never flew but demonstrated the Luftwaffe's relentless pursuit of air superiority. Bockenbach 349. Strange and compelling, this rocket-powered interceptor launched vertically from the ground and climbed rapidly to attack enemy bombers. After firing its rocket salvo, the pilot was supposed to eject and parachute down while the plane's body did the same. The idea was novel, the risks enormous. Lippisch P-13A, a coal or petrol-fueled ramjet fighter with a radical delta wing, designed to fly without conventional fuel sources. The concept was bold, maximum speed using cheap, available fuels. Though it remained theoretical, it epitomized inventive alternatives born of scarcity. Heinkel 343. Conceived as a counterpart to the Me-262 bomber variant, this medium-range jet bomber was developed late in the war. Its design focused on versatility, speed, and strategic capabilities. Though only partially realized, it signaled Germany's widening commitment to jet-powered warfare. Arado E-555. A gigantic, complex design for a jet-powered strategic bomber with intercontinental range. The project proposed several futuristic configurations, like flying wings and delta shapes, meant for deep penetration into enemy territory. It remained a haunting, what-if, project of war-era aviation. DFS-194. A tailless glider that helped pioneer the sweeping, no-tail wing concept. It directly contributed to the design of the Me-163 rocket plane, by validating unconventional wing layouts and proving stability in experimental flight configurations. DFS-228. Crafted for high-altitude reconnaissance. Originally a glider, it evolved to include a small rocket for prolonged cruising at extreme altitudes. Its pressurized cockpit allowed pilots to operate in near-space conditions, a preview of later high-altitude spy planes. DFS-346. A sleek, rocket-propelled research aircraft developed between German and Soviet engineers after the war. Built to explore the dangerous transition to supersonic flight, it laid essential groundwork for understanding transonic aerodynamics and control issues. Sambold So 344. A highly experimental interceptor featuring a detachable nose filled with guns that separated from a rocket-driven fuselage after attacking. It never flew, but the concept illustrated the out-of-the-box thinking spurred by wartime urgency. Quick question for you. If you could fly any one of these experimental jets from World War II, which one would it be and why? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And hey, if you're enjoying this aviation deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the skies. Gloucester Meteor, the only Allied jet fighter to actively serve during the war. Faster than any propeller aircraft, it was mainly tasked with intercepting V-1 bombs rather than engaging enemy jets. Its success established Britain's place in the coming jet age. Gloucester E-2839. Proudly holding the title of the UK's first jet to fly, it proved jet propulsion theory in combat-like testing. The aircraft validated Sir Frank Whittle's engine approach, unlocking the British path to mastering jet flight. De Havilland Vampire. Known for its distinctive twin-boom silhouette, this jet flew its maiden journey in 1943. Though it didn't enter frontline service before the war's end, it would go on to become one of post-war Britain's standout fighters. Bell P-59 Aerocomet. America's first foray into jet-powered aviation. Though inferior in speed and performance to European equivalents, it was crucial as a stepping stone. It served mainly as a training jet, laying the foundation for more advanced U.S. designs. Lockheed P-80 Shooting Star. The first American jet capable of challenging the Me-262. Taking to the skies in 1944, it underwent rapid testing, but saw minimal deployment before the war closed. Its capabilities would shine in the early Cold War years. Ryan FR Fireball. An American Navy fighter blending piston power in the nose and a jet in the tail. This dual-thrust system offered versatility for aircraft carriers, combining range and power in a unique hybrid design that proved functional, if short-lived. McDonnell FH Phantom. a pioneering twin jet designed for carrier operations. First flown in early 1945, it was fast, reliable, and would go on to become the U.S. Navy's standard jet fighter, blazing the trail for generations of naval jets to come. Bell XB-83, a large escort jet aimed at providing protection for long-range bombers. It grappled with poor fuel efficiency, a common flaw of early jets, but represented vital research into support aircraft roles for extended missions. Consolidated Vultee XB-81, another American hybrid featuring a turboshaft in the front and a jet engine in the rear. This unusual pairing hoped to conserve fuel in flight with quick-strike speed when needed. It never progressed beyond testing. Curtiss XF-15C, designed specifically for the Navy in the war's twilight. Combining a standard piston engine with a rear-mounted jet, it gave carrier pilots tactical options during combat launches and interceptions. It wasn't selected for mass production. Northrop XB-79, built as a flying wing with thick armor and formidable speed. Nicknamed the Flying Ram, its mission was as blunt as its name: tear through bomber formations and, if necessary, ram them. Ambitious and aggressive, it crashed during testing. Nakajima Kikka, Japan's first and only operational jet prototype, clearly influenced by the Me-262. It was smaller, slower, and more modest, but did manage a brief flight just before Japan surrendered. It marked a symbolic leap in Japanese aviation. Yokosuka MXY-7 Model 22, a variation of the infamous Oka suicide plane. This version launched from rail catapults, giving it better range without a mother aircraft. Deadly in purpose, it emphasized Japan's mounting desperation in the final months. Mikoyan-Gurevich I-250, the USSR's foray into hybrid propulsion, pairing a propeller engine with a small jet booster behind it. This motorjet setup allowed for speedier intercepts while relying on established piston mechanics, a bridge tech between eras. Sukhoi Su-5, mixed propulsion fighter, combining a piston engine with a high-speed atmospheric booster. The aircraft was intended to conserve energy on patrol while offering bursts of high speed when needed. It was part of the race to catch fast-flying enemies. Polikarpov I-153DM, a jaw-dropping combination, an outdated biplane fused with ramjet boosters under its wings. While it never matched modern fighters, it served as a crucial test bed for early jet experimentation within the Soviet aviation industry. Yakovlev Yak-7 PVRD, modified from a traditional Soviet fighter to test external ramjets mounted to its wing tips. Though it lacked speed, it provided essential data on ramjet propulsion under real flight conditions. Caproni Campini N1, Italy's most notable experimental craft in this field. Often confused as a jet, it was actually a motor jet, using a piston engine to drive a compressor fan. While not truly jet-powered, it was certainly ahead of its time and signaled Italy's serious early interest in high-speed flight. And that wraps up this wild journey through every jet aircraft built during World War II, from bold breakthroughs to bizarre prototypes. It's amazing to see how these machines push the boundaries of what was possible in aviation. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more, and share your thoughts in the comments. Which jet amazed you the most? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.